That's what I didn't want to be doing on here, yawning and stuff.
Yeah, you good. Well, welcome to another episode of Wealth is Gangster. Today we got a special guest, guy I've
Yes,
been
sir.
following for a long time, seeing his ups and downs, different industries, different
Right.
businesses, just the hustle of just of our town. He's one of the originators that from the music and the hustle of just having businesses and stuff. So I
Right.
salute him every time I see him. I big him up because I love what he's doing and I love everything he got going on. So no no other way.
Yes.
Let them know who you are, Tony C. Nora, man. Let them know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tony C. Nora from Temple, Texas. Um, Used to be known as still. Most people still know me by the stage name Dookie Blue, but
Yeah, yeah.
Dookie Blue was a stage name when I did the music, and music is always gonna be a love of mine. So I never can say when I did music or when I used to love music because I love music. However, I've gravitated more to the healing side of music, which is music is healing, but there's other ways to heal too. So the naturopathic route is which way I went now. Um, but yeah, man, it's been a blessing either way to be a blessing to people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now let's go back before we get to now and the good vibes, homeopathic healing. Let's talk
Yeah,
about the start. Where are you? Where are you originally from?
from Temple, Texas, bro. I've been born and raised. Again, I've done music, so I've been all over the place with the music industry and doing songs. Traveling. But the roots is Central Texas, Temple.
Okay. And starting there, what got you into music? Because I know when I first started doing music, because a lot of people look at me as one of the first ones that started, but then I got to look at
Right.
you and Jimmy Peoples, and it's a few people
Right.
that I know of that was
Right.
started even before I started. So what got you into music,
Yeah.
especially coming from where we from, where it's not a big music scene?
Well, what really got me into the music was, well, actually, I wrote my very first song based off of a heartbreak.
Okay.
Um, I had a young lady that when I was 11 or 12. I was dating her, and I went to a teenage party, and she was in there with one of my friends. So right, so that was the very first song I wrote called Regina,
Oh,
and yeah, and and that really got me into the music industry. And then one day, I didn't make much of it, but one day I was in Wayman Manor Apartments, and I was standing outside, and I was just singing, and I had an elderly lady say, "Baby, you sure can sing," and I was like, "I can."
yeah.
She was like, "Yeah, you got a beautiful voice." I was like, "Yeah, okay." I didn't know, and from that point on, I started standing in the mirror, you know,
Doing your
la
thing.
la la, and dee dee dee, and woo woo woo, and practicing and going on, and it came together, man. It came together.
So
That's how it.
what would you say? Because I know you didn't have some feats in music, especially from where we from, like the stuff that you didn't accomplish. Most people never accomplish around
Right,
here.
right.
What got you really serious in it? I know you started out there, and then a lady told you could sing. What was your first encounter of wanting to take it serious?
Um, I just when I first started, I started doing a lot of researching, studying, understanding marketing, strategic campaigns, and how to strategize through the industry. And when I did a song when Charlie Boy first came out, called a song called "Holding On to Something Ain't Mine," and I seen the um, the momentum that song had gotten, and it just really motivated me to start, getting more serious about the industry. And I knew that the industry consisted of more. They call it music business, but it's more business than music.
Yeah.
So I had to really study the business side of it, contract negotiation, cross collaboration, liquidating your funds, you know, point system. And I just started really intricately studying, and it made me more hungry for the next level. That's what really motivated me, understanding the business, because then you could strategically move through the industry.
Yeah, nah, that's dope. So
Yeah.
coming up, like, tell us a little bit about your come up. Was it like single family, or was it like a real church background? What's your background as you coming up on the? I would say the east side of Temple. I guess you born. I know you.
Yeah. 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 East side.
Yeah.
Um, I single mom. I had a single mom, man. I didn't have a dad in the house. As the older women, the younger women then, the women would say, "I'm your mama and your daddy."
Yeah.
And So my mom used to say that all the time, but no one can really take the place of a dad. So the streets, kind of took up for the father figure, the people in the streets. So I really looked to the uncles and drug dealers and, the streets to be to the masculine father figure that I didn't have in the house. So yeah, I was really single parent home, government cheese. They bring them government cheese and the good old pork and beans down to the door, and and we couldn't, making them grilled cheese sandwiches and, yeah, that single parent home, man. That's where that's where I come from. My grandmother, helped my mom out quite a bit, but yeah, borrowing toilet paper from next door, Mr. Robinson, yeah.
The same. We all that hustle, that's right, that struggle.
Yeah, we'd all been there and did that, man. I believe most of us, had to go boil water when the water got turned off, and the whole 9 yards.
For sure. Because this is like the kind of questions, because like I say, on this Wealth is Gangster, what we talk here is like, with me, you have our private conversations about the lifestyles and the things that we push and how we got to make this the new cool, the new normal, stuff.
Absolutely.
Like that.
Absolutely.
So that's another reason why I want to bring you on, because the field that you in, our people don't look at that as really being cool, but that's the struggle, that's the fight that we got to put up, because we got to understand that you're living longer, being healthier as you're getting older. Yeah. These things should be cool, because I don't care how cool you are when you broke down sick and in the hospital all your life or most of your life. That's not cool at all. So as before we start talking about the medicine, you went from music to business. Was there anybody in your life that maybe an uncle, big homie? What got you into the business world? Or is that something you just discovered on your own?
It's something I discovered on my own. What I did is I first started studying marketing. I studied marketing. Man, I started micro-analyzing marketing years and years and years. And it really just, like I say, just a desire and a hunger just built up in me to educate myself more, because knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is the true currency. It opened up doors. That is the key, having understanding, wisdom and knowledge. Actually, knowledge come from college and books. Wisdom come from experience, and a consolidation of both, then you'll be able to win. And that's what I understood. That use every stumbling block as a stepping stone with the wisdom, because again, wisdom is simply information learned by experience, but knowledge is information regurgitated from someone else. You just heard it, and you can implement the things that you have in knowledge into wisdom, and you consolidate them both. And I knew that's what opened up a lot of doors for me.
So, what was your first business that you got into?
My very first business, I was doing music, but however, I knew that in order to build a foundation, sometimes you have to take an alternative turn. You got to take other routes. Yeah. So I started going out to marketing. I made my first huge financial gain in marketing. It's when I really made my, I made a lot of capital because I had already understood the basic concept of strategies and marketing, how to microanalyze things and put together campaigns. Yeah. So once I consolidated all this information for myself that I was going to use for myself, I figured I might as well build capital by doing it for someone else to work on my dreams later. So in other words, I cry now, smile later. I didn't do what I wanted to do out the gate but I had to make a sacrifice and build the capital to reinvent. Then once I accumulated the capital doing marketing for country singers, I had a country singer. He would pay me $10,000, $15,000 a month. And country music wasn't where I wanted to be, but I knew it was going to get me where I wanted to go. Yeah. Doing marketing for the country music, country artists and other labels. I had to do what I had to do to get where I wanted to be, or the ultimate goal.
Nah, that was dope. And that's a lot of things that I've seen over the years to keep yourself going to the next level. You always did stuff that was outside the box.
Had to. I got detail sharp. I know that in order to sustain myself and the dreams that I have, it takes capital to invest into your dreams. Yeah. You may not, sometimes the road to your dreams may not be just straight to your dreams. Yeah. You might go here, go there. You might have to pick up a trade over here and do this to sustain yourself. And that's why I got a detail shop. I made $1,000 a day doing cars for dealerships. And, I accumulated capital though. to be able to put back to my dreams. And then whatever I had to do to accumulate capital to invest in my dreams, I had to do. And that's what I did.
Yeah, and that's dope, man. And that's the progression of building, because like I said, we're not born into it. So we're not born into capital. We're not born into the knowledge. We have to go seek the knowledge, seek the capital, and we still gonna go through our lumps and everything. So I have witnessed everything that you went through, and to see where you at now, it's a testament that you just kept going, no matter what it was, no matter when the hard times came, whenever you fell back, you bounced back and you kept it going. And that's the first sign of somebody that's really meant to be in the position you in.
Yeah. I mean, I've never would have dreamed that my dad said all the time, Tony, if I'd have ever thought, if somebody ever have told me you'd have made millions of dollars being a doctor or medicine, I'd have slapped him. My dad told me this the other day. He said, if I would have told him that, he would have slapped me. Yeah. Because you never know how the Most High God is going to give you the things. It ain't just for me. See, my goal has always been like you. You always giving back to the community. Your goal, every time I talk to you, you talking about building something up. You know, it ain't about tearing stuff down. That's why you blessed, because you always thinking about the next move, not only to help yourself, but to help somebody else. And that's why I got a lot of respect for you.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate that.
Every time we talk, that's all you're talking about. How you never came to me talking about how you gonna build up your business, you building this and this. I always heard you coming to me and say, man, this is how we can do this for the youth. This is how we can do this for the community. This is how we can go build this. I'm gonna get some chickens, but they ain't really that good, but we gotta have them. Yeah. You always, that's what your blessing gonna always come back to you when you're always putting out.
Yeah. And I learned that. I wasn't, and that's something that the being individualized is something we're programmed to be. We have to unlearn and relearn that's the first. If you want to be individual, you want to be all about yourself, that's the first step to poverty. Staying in poverty, staying at the bottom, because that's the only way you're not gonna go nowhere like that. To build big corporations, to build empires, to build legacies, you have to have a group. You have to have a body.
Teamwork helps the dream work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Teamwork makes the dream work, bro. You're right.
That's so true.
I know your heart. I know your heart is genuine doing that though. So
yeah. And that's why we always talk about it. And I was like, I want to make. That's why I've been trying to do this interview for a long time.
Yeah.
You're one of the ones that I know. Like, people will be like, man, you've been doing this for a long time. And then I can look up to people like you that I know been doing it even longer than me. I've been doing it for a long time. I done had all kind of businesses. I done did this. I done did that. Yeah. I can look up and say, well, this guy was even doing it way before me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The road that we've been down is rocky, it's lonely, it's all that. So that's why I be saluting you on everything that you've been through with what you're doing now.
I appreciate that. But I admire your journey too, like I say, because you put in a lot of work and you keep your hands in a lot of things that are really, tremendously beneficial to our community. That's the key.
Yeah.
That's really the key,
Impact. If you worry about the impact, the income will come. But I used to worry about the income first, and I realized worry about having an impact for your people. The money will come once you do the right things, and you setting up the community right, and you helping the people out right. The money will come. Believe me, it'll flood in.
Absolutely. As my uncle always say, long as you got the insight, and don't worry about the eyesight, the things around you, just go ahead and keep working, and everything will come to you, man, to be a blessing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's talk about this good homeopathic healing. First of all, where we from? That's the last thing we really worry about is your health. What got you into the health field? What made you wake up one day and think about health?
Well, I don't know if you remember that when I was sick, I had like 40 operations.
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
Well, I had 40 operations. They gave me 24 hours to live twice. They said there was no cure for the disease that I had. And that's what really, I was on taking Vicodins. I was addicted to Vicodins. They had me the hospital got me addicted. I was taking 30 Vicodins a day, man. That's a straight dope fiend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I didn't know at the time that Vicodins was heroin. So I was a heroin addict and didn't even know it. And so my son come to me, after the disease, the disease had subsided and I had meditated and prayed and it got rid of it. That's a different story. But my son came to me and said, one day, Dad, you've been in the bed 7 days. I'm like, what? He said, 7 days. I was like, oh, I'm done. So I stopped taking their medicine. started really intricately studying herbal and naturopathic. I already been studying genetics and different stuff for a long time, but
Yeah.
and then I started figuring out you can't heal your body until you heal your mind first. So I said I gotta create something to really recalibrate my brain, and I did. Once I recalibrated, I got off the pills, and I understood that understood the brain and how it functions, how it can heal the body. I was happy, man. I was healed. My body started healing up more, even more. And I went to a friend of mine uh, who had a cancer. I was just so happy that I started learning this and it's working. She told me she had a cancer in her head. I created a formula for her. In 3 weeks, her cancer went away and her hair grew back. Right then, I knew I had something. I really understood. I really understood what was going on with the healing on a molecular level, and I just started micro analyzing atomic structures. And man, it just became really, really easy to me. And I just started studying 13 hours from that point on. I started studying 13 hours every single day. Like I sleep with my headphones. That's what I do every night still today. My audio books, my books, I sleep with them on. I wake up, I start going to park and study, 6, 7 hours. And I did that every day for years. And that's how I accumulated the information that I have.
So what made you want to get into the business of it? I guess just after you got it, after you seen the results, you was just like, I can do this for just as a business. I can make this into a part of my lifestyle. Wait, it froze a little bit. You still there? Maybe he got a call. I'm gonna give him a second. See if he come back in. But yeah, we on here with Tony Nora, man. God been known for a long time, from the music to the businesses, and now he's the founder of Good Vibes Homeopathic Healing, and we're talking about his different little medicines. Dang, I got his immune boosting pills somewhere in here. So I'm take his products too, and we just trying to make this more accessible to the community, but letting the community know that they need to make this part of their life. And that's the main reason I brought him on today. And that's the conversation that we got to have. And we talking about having like some healthy conferences and different stuff like that, to just be able to give back to our people and to feed our people. Hold on, this him right here. I don't know if it's phone. What's up, boss? His phone is hung up on me. But yeah, we talk about having conferences, bringing that out. I know some of my CEO usually events. We're gonna start pushing out more of the healthy stuff. What's going on, boss? Your phone went dead? Yeah, I'm still here on and talking. That's why I don't. Can you chat back in on that? Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still live. I thought maybe you got a call or something, so I was just hanging in there. Oh yeah, I'm still on here live. See if you can get back on that link. All right. Yeah, they say it just went live, but just some of the stuff we do as we growing and building. I got the Wealth is Gangster merch. We got new shirts, new hoodies and stuff coming. But the Wealth is Gangster been a movement, so this ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing we just started. This has been on go mode. But yeah, what I got him in here today is to tell some of his story, but really to put in the forefront of being more healthier. Like the reason I want to bring him on here, because I always tell him, you're a scientist when it comes to this. I'm not that deep into it. My thing is eating better and doing different things, but he's a scientist on it, and I always mess with him about that.
I'm back.
Okay, yeah, I thought maybe he was getting the call, so I just started talking, telling him about some of the things we talk about, and just to keep it going.
Yeah. I don't know. It just went dead. I don't know what happened.
Okay, yeah, but no, what I was saying before you got on here is how I didn't change the way I eat. I didn't change some of the things I put in my body. I operate a lot different. I drink, more water and stuff like that. But when I talk to you about it, you're on even the next level of that. You know what I'm saying? I tell you I'm drinking water, you tell me about what kind of water, but I tell you I'm eating this.
Right.
So what took you from being just a guy that just want to be healthier to a scientist of health? What, you know, because that's another level of it.
I just know that it's really important for us to understand, not just regurgitate. You understand what I'm saying? Like most of the time we just take information from others and they train us. Like PM and AM and a clock. The average person don't know what the AM and the PM. We know that it's morning and noon, but what does the AM stand for? What does the PM stand for? So in other words, I'm just saying I felt like that we need to microanalyze things and not just regurgitate. We can take a person's word for it, but I want to research. I want to dig deeper into it. And knowing that a remote control works is fine. But knowing how it works is even better, because therefore you can replicate, duplicate it, and even modify it and make it better if you understand the inner working parts of it. And that's what I like to do. Even when I create a formulation, I want to know the intricate details of how it works, how it's doing what it's doing. That way I can modify, tweak it, or make it even, like I say, better for the person. Microanalytics is what really got me drawn towards the science, actual science of it, to microanalyze things from a nano perspective, actually.
Man, that's dope. Cause he got on me the other day. What's your blood type? I was like, man, so now I got to do some research and get on my own stuff because of him. Like, stuff that we don't even think twice about that we should know like that. Really, I should know that like I know my driver's license number.
Absolutely.
I never been asked that before. You the first person to ever ask me that before.
Yeah, and see, blood types is very, very important because it regulates hormones. There's a lot of factors. There's a lot of factors that go into the blood, and there's a lot of regulations of the body that happens because of the blood. Yeah. And we have never been taught this, so it's very, like I said, it's very, very, very one of the most important things that you should know. We should know, but like you just said, we haven't been taught that, and we don't really know. Like I didn't know until I started actually microanalyzing and finding out how important it is. That's why you can't mix bloods. A blood can't mix with a B blood. The B blood can't mix with an A. That means they're totally different. Being that the blood is totally different, that means the dietary needs should be totally different. Yeah. Because the bloods are different, the nutrients that provide to the blood should be different.
So what you're saying is like two people could have the same disease, but they're different bloods. They have different treatments, even though it's the same disease.
It would be absolutely, but everyone's genetics is totally different. Turmeric may work with you, but because you have a single nucleotide polymorphism or a genetic defect, it may not work for you, or it might work for me and don't work for you.
I got you.
And most people have different diseases and variations of the diseases based off of the genetics and their blood types. For instance, Black people, we deal with sickle cell, lactose intolerant, and Caucasians deal with a totally separate, different issue. So even the dietary needs for each individual should be totally different. Not only according to your blood type, but your genetics as well. We're different. A polar bear and a grizzly bear don't have the same dietary needs, but they're both bears. Yeah. An eagle and a buzzard and a nene bird, they all don't have the same, the nene bird dietary needs is an herbivore. An eagle and a buzzard is a carnivore, totally different genetic makeup and different dietary needs.
That's crazy. And that's what we need. And that's why I was saying the stuff that you bring to the table is not as cool as it should be, but it needs to be. We got to put this on the forefront. The way you just said, most people are like, man, I don't know what he just talked about. Okay, well, you need to learn it and soak it up and get used to it and learn the lingo, learn the terminology. Every time I talk to you, you tell me something I ain't never heard of, but I feel that I want to know more. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't make me turn down. It makes me want to know more. You know, because I never.
And that's the key, bro. That's the key. That's how when I first started with this, just like you saying you are right now. Yeah. That's when I first started about the understanding genetics, and because it just made me want more. Yeah. Just like and hearing people regurgitate stuff, you hear every one of our people say the same stuff without actually researching it. Like we hear every Black person say, melanin is 666 carbon. That's not true. The molecular structure of carbon is CHNO. And I'm just saying, nobody has stopped. We always hear people say that, but nobody has ever stopped and said, what is the molecular structure of melanin? It's showing it's not carbon based only.
That's
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we all say that. Most of our people, I'm saying, that melanin and melanin has an infrastructure that really benefits others as well, but it's not what our people think. You know, and I say our people, meaning people of hue, black people. We really, you know, but we coming around though.
Yeah, no, we like I say, we're putting this out. Like what you're doing. How long you've been in the health industry? How many years now? How long?
About 6 years now. I stopped eating meat like 6 or 7 years ago. About 6 years, 7 years.
That's when I know, because you used to come to my food truck and you was like, man, I want to support you, but I just don't eat.
Yeah, I don't eat that meat. I don't eat that meat. No stuff.
Yeah. And break that down a little bit, because I remember you was telling me about like the biggest, strongest animals that don't eat meat.
Yeah.
And, break that down a little bit for us.
Yeah. Well, every individual have different dietary needs. And just because we appear to be the same, don't mean our dietary needs are the same. Grizzly bears, a grizzly bear and a polar bear dietary needs are totally different. You have gorillas, their body makes their own proteins. You have elephants, their body makes their own protein. You have rabbits, their body makes their own proteins. There are certain group of people of mankind, and the word mankind simply means a kind of man. Yeah. So everyone came from a kind of man, but everyone don't have a hue man, or Neanderthal man, a Caucasian man. So coming from different geographical area, our dietary needs are totally different because of not only the soil, but our genetics. Say for instance, Caucasians. Most Caucasians came from the Caucasus Mountains, and they have a dietary need of animal protein simply because they make enough stomach acid to digest animal protein. That's why the hypothalamus is a part of the brain. You have a thalamus, hypothalamus, pituitary gland, the pons, the cerebellum, the basal ganglia. Well, the part of your brain is actually, and I'll slow down and explain some of that, but I'm saying, but the part of your brain that regulates the homeostasis, balance of your body, is called the pituitary and the hypothalamus. And Caucasians, the pituitary, the master gland, start making enough stomach acid to digest animal proteins. Well, black people, we don't make enough stomach acid.
Yeah.
We are herbivores by nature. So if you give a rabbit a pork chop and a steak, guess what would happen to him? He would die.
Yeah. Because
he don't make enough stomach acid to digest that animal protein. If we give a gorilla a bunch of meat, he gonna die because he don't make he's an herbivore. He make a little stomach acid to digest plants and herbs. An elephant, the same way. If we give an elephant and he don't have enough stomach acid, he's gonna die. Yeah. But so I'm just saying, so everyone's dietary needs and their genetics is totally different. Even though they may appear the same, but their dietary needs and genetics is totally different. For instance, one more thing.
Yeah.
There's a bird called the nene bird. It only eats herbs. Then you have a buzzard or a hawk, only eat meat. Yeah. They can't exchange each other's diets. Because if you give a buzzard and an eagle herbs, he's gonna die because he made too much stomach acid, and all that stomach acid will annihilate your plants and herbs before his body got a chance to absorb the nutrients. So the buzzard and the eagle would die from deficiency. Yeah. But if a nene bird eat meat, he would die from toxicity. Toxic, too much. Yeah. See, one would die from deficiency, can't get enough because his stomach acid is eating it up, and one would die from toxicity because it's too much and he don't have enough stomach acid to break it down. That's
deep. I ain't never even think. That's why I said. That's why I love conversating with you, because every time I'm gonna learn something. So we got one question real quick. I'm gonna give you before I keep going on with that.
Okay.
I want to know if you for somebody that works out daily, what's the dietary for a diet for somebody that works out daily?
Again, it would depend on your genetics, because there's not a one size fit all. And
Yeah.
food is medicine. We all don't have the same medical needs. So eating my food would be eating my medicine and not having those medical needs. Just like I asked today on my video, would a person take an asthma pump and squirt it in their mouth 3 times a day and don't have asthma? Or why would you eat 3 times a day and don't have the medical needs? Food is medicine. So why would you eat a vitamin C rich meal and your body's already making vitamin C and eat a vitamin C rich meal 3 times a day? That you overdosing yourself on food, because food is medicine.
But they program us that we need 3 meals a day. That's programmed.
Yeah,
The system,
the system did. But food is medicine.
Yeah.
So eating my food is eating my medicine. That's what the word GMO stands for: genetically modified organism, or organism genetically modified to complement my needs. So there's no one size fit all. Now, if your body don't make iron, you need an iron rich meal. If your vitamin don't make amino acids properly, you need a vitamin. So your diet wouldn't be mine. But quite naturally, all people from Hugh came from Alkebulan. So our dietary needs should be a plant-based diet. However, understanding what your nutritious needs are is an individual thing, because your needs are not my needs.
Yeah.
And like I said, I wouldn't take insulin shots 3 times a day if I don't have diabetic issues. Food is medicine.
Yeah.
So eating someone else's food is eating someone else's medicine.
Oh, that makes sense, man.
You eating what I eat would be like going in my medicine cabinet. Well, Tony, they say we should eat this. No, my needs is not your needs. I might have a low iron, so I should eat an iron-rich meal.
Yeah. And my boy Mike in here. What's up, Mike? He's asking, who do we get to get a consultation in regards to diagnosis? What should we be researching? I mean, this the man right here that you can consultate with.
Well, that's what we do. We create formulations to maximize the healing based off of individual genetic needs. So we tailor make formulations to maximize the healing capacity of individuals based off the genetics. Also, we put together.
Oh, my boy froze again, man. He's giving that good game up, man. I don't know why it's freezing on him. It's the second time he's giving that good game up. What up, Mike? Love, man. Yeah, we more consistent now. We couple shows a week. We going hard at it. And I got my boy in here trying to break down. He got a spot out here in Temple. You know what I'm saying? He good vibes, Homeopathic healing. So I'm really just trying to hit, we talking about doing conferences and doing other things to really push what he's doing. He got like I got some pills in there. It's good for immune system. So he got all kind of stuff, man. I want him to talk about it. I don't know what's going on with our connection, but we keep falling off. Okay, we hope he'll pop back in. But yeah, this is what we doing, man. We getting the channel going, Mike. We got I got the reality shows I was telling you about. We got a couple on deck. I just did my presentation last night. You go back and check the presentation I did yesterday. And that's what I'm gonna be doing, man. I got some historical shows coming up. We got the Gangster Dishes kicking off next week. We're gonna start me in the kitchen, me doing different things, man. So what I told you about, what you invested into, what you down with, everything you done pushed. This is what we doing, man. This is what we doing. So yeah, I hope my boy can get back up in here so we can finish this conversation, because I want to talk more about his facility that he got in Temple. And he got the buckwheat juice. He got, like I say, pills. He got different things. He got his own water. He got all that, man. Oh yeah. You know that's Raya. I got a whole bunch of her paintings back here. So we gonna push. I got about. You know what I'm saying? Raya, man. She coming, the 12-year-old to CLU fleet. This the superstar painter and stuff, man. Yeah, he kicking back in now, so here he come. I don't know what the connection is, but I
don't know what the connection is, but I had to turn my fan on. My phone keeps saying it's getting hot. I guess it's getting hot in here.
Yeah. I told him, I said, when they giving out that good game, they start chopping it up. Boy.
Yeah. My phone keep on dying out, and I don't know what's here, but yeah, they want you to tiptoe around the information.
Yeah, that's all. But we're gonna keep giving it to them, man, because our people need it, and I'm glad that we got someone in the community like you that really live this. You're not somebody that just go watch a video and come tell us something. This is your life. This is what you push. This is what you stand by. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, absolutely.
And that's what I love. You continue on.
So the individual was asking about the genetics. Every individual have a different genetic need. Um, for instance, like most people take a turmeric. Turmeric has 133 different types. Ginger has 1,600 different ones. People say go get some sea moss. Sea moss has over 1 million species. So it's not a one size fit all. You have to understand the formulations to maximize the healing capacity based off of your genetic needs. Again, your needs is not my needs. But the thing about other ethnic groups is they understand this. So a Caucasian person will eat a Mediterranean diet when a Mediterranean diet is a European diet. But they don't tell us
Man, they hating on us, man.
There you go again.
Yeah, I see you. I'm here. I'm here on you.
And that's a European diet to complement.
Yeah, you know the game he
gets. GMO stands for, like I said, genetically modified.
That's crazy, and Mike. I did all kind of videos, man. I don't have this problem with no other videos. My boy coming here spitting this hot fire. You know what I'm saying? This is what I have. But this is when you're dealing with big pharma, when you're giving out that game, man. And you know he got his own facility. He got his own medicines, and he got his own water. So he one of the ones that's really doing it out of Temple, right there in Temple. You know, so I'm gonna do an interview with him sometime this week. But I'm gonna go to the shop, and we're gonna do it from inside his shop when I do it on his platform. But yeah, this is crazy. And so yeah, you know, you already know how it go, man. You know, but hey. We gotta give out the information. I ain't running from it. They had to shut me. That's why we already working on the website and everything. We're not gonna bend and fold to what they say we can talk about. We're gonna keep it respectful. We don't do no profanity. We don't do none of that crazy stuff. All we talk about is good game and knowledge. And this is what we get, you know. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man. You already know, man. I was just talking about you the other day. I was at the 411 house, and I told him, I said, you the first one to turn me on to him. We had a meeting up there this week. So you already know, man. You know me and you locked in. I was telling him about the book because the book getting ready to come out. That's him right there. I think it's his phone just tripping. We probably going to have to end this and call it and set up another day. I sure hate it, though. I sure hate it. But this going to be the part one. Let me see what he's talking about. Yeah, let's pull up, man. Like I say, man, I got a bunch of drawings back there. Hey, what's up, boss? Is it tripping on you? Well, we can do I'll end this one. We'll just do a part two maybe in the next couple of days. Because when you want me to come on yours in the next day or two, or you gotta. And then so we'll just exchange. We'll just come back and forth. I'll jump on yours, and then we'll do a part two. I'm a mark what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, that's what I say. So I'm a mark that we was talking about to go deeper, and we'll do a part two later on this week. You just let me know what day you want me to pull up on you. All right, boss. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, so we're gonna end that. We're gonna end this live. I appreciate everybody coming out. Yeah, Mike, let's connect this week, man. Yeah. I'm in the door. Yeah, we met this week, man. So I told them the book coming out. I just did my thing with Amazon, so I know a date this week. So that's getting ready to come out. So yeah, man, let's link up. We got a lot of things going, and Wealth is Gangster. We finna take this off. We need to go and get together and do the real estate show or something, man. Come on, man. Go and give me some content to throw on the channel, man. We'll break it down, the views and all that. We'll make sure you get paid for your views and everything, baby. But I just want to say thank Tony C. Nora for coming out of Good Vibes, Homeopathic Healing. We're going to do a part two. You know, I'm going to be on his platform maybe tomorrow talking about the things what I do with CEO Euclid. And we're going to talk more about the medicine. But later on this week, I'm going to bring him on to do a part two because he want to go deeper into it. And for some reason, his phone just keep overheating and shutting down. I don't know what that's about. But I want to thank y'all for coming out on Wealth is Gangster, another episode. And like I say, from now on, we're going to continue. We got a historic show coming out. I'm going to be going over It's kind of like a reenactment show, but it's my history side. So I'm gonna be reenacting, talking about sundown towns. So y'all gonna get my first episode of that this week, where I'll be going over sundown towns, showing you footage of different sundown towns, different things we went through. Some of my ancestors that got killed in sundown towns, and to this day in 2022, it's still thousands of sundown towns. And if you don't know what a sundown town is, just to be flat, it's a town where you can't be in after dark if you black. That's the long and short of it. But I'll be going in deep in that. So that'll be the first like 3-4 episodes of my history channel, of my history show on this channel will be about sundown town. So look out for that. We got gangster dishes coming. We'll be in the kitchen cooking up stuff with the barbecue sauce, potato salad that I'm putting in the market, but at the same time just cooking dishes and cooking different foods. So I thank y'all for coming up. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, you know what I'm saying, follow, share, and just let everybody know about Wealth is Gangster, man. We knew on the block, and we got a new a sports show coming, Sports and Finances. We're not gonna just talk about sports, commentating on sports. We're gonna talk about the finances, how much money is made, players that got a good deal, bad deal, players that end up broke, the players that invest and make it big like LeBron. All that gonna be on our Sports and Finance channel. So just stay tuned, like, subscribe, and share the content to everybody you know. We need your help to build this channel. Thank you. Peace.